All right, guys, we are here at the finals of Worlds with the first game. Jens Erickson on the right against Andrew Veen on the left. I am here with the one and only Tim Bunn. My name's Steven, and we're going to jump right into this thing. So green level clearance to start out. Classic HB start.
It's a pretty solid start. Some money and a card. That's what you want.
Money in a card and 2 ice.
Never seen that one before.
Never.
Oh, ice,
Never.
Ice baby
Insert hedge fund. And Kate Mack over here, played by Andrew Veen. And I've been told that we should call her Mac from now on. Because like she's Jonathan told me that because she's referred to Mac almost exclusively in the source material. Or so I thought. All right, so professional contacts, hit it twice, and then Katie.
Yep.
Is that what just happened there?
He's set for the game.
Set for the game, and has no money at all. I remember this was a questionable play. Whenever I was watching the game live, a few people were talking about whether or not that was the wisest thing to do. What do you think about depleting all your resources like that just to get 2 money cards on the board?
It's always the classic dilemma. It's, do I want to set up for late game or do I want to play to win early?
Yeah.
Like, if Jens doesn't draw super well here, it's not a terrible idea.
Right.
But
it's going to pay off
if
quick.
he does, Veen better check that remote. That's all I know. Because this is kind of playing the world's finals.
Yeah. We got a modded in hand. That's going to be good, ultimately. It's a nice little econ card, too. I mean, what's the worst case scenario of that remote, you know? Sand?
Snare.
Modded for the interface. And he is going to check the remote. That would be a nasty snare, wouldn't it?
That'd be a great
Man, a little bit scary, actually. All right, so back over to Jens. Does have a Sand out, knowing that it was not going to be trashed that turn. And now,
look at all the agendas in his hand. That is nuts.
Yes, it is, and he's going to knock one out here.
So many agendas.
And look, see this. I feel like this is what was allowed. If we had just professional contacts, maybe. And drawn up, got some
Katie's
credits.
Not really doing much right now.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking too, right? So Katie's there.
Yeah,
and has yet to be used.
Things could have happened there.
Maybe contacts would have been enough that first turn.
He has to trash that sand, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's expensive.
So now it's 3 clicks and trash. I mean, I don't know how you get around that. And it's one of those weird situations you don't really want to hit Proco on this because
then you have to discard cards.
And one of those cards in the discard.
It's okay. It's not trashing
HQ, not trashing Sansan.
You better click through this.
It kind of did a good job. It did get him to
all day long.
It did get him to low credit so that he can't bust something out of Sansan. And scores a beta test off the bat.
I thought that was an agenda.
I mean, that looks good there. I mean, that looks really good. Jen's seen a lot of agendas up early.
Jens is poor now, so that's fine.
I think trashing that Sansan is such a critical. I'm sure Veen has his reasons for not doing it. And I'd be interested to hear him. 4 is Katie. So we finally got a Katie use there.
The reasoning he did there is now the corporation's poor and it doesn't matter.
Right.
Sansan's not important right now.
I mean, worst case scenario though, you run HQ, they don't res anything. Maybe you score it, maybe they score it, I don't know. Another one out. There's 4 points total.
That's bad. It's
yeah.
Like if you get rid of the Sansan there, he is not in a good place.
Yep.
The funny thing is Veen knows that was in his hand already.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so easy to forget about this HB identity. It's like just hitting that pop-up window, and then the HB identity is enough to score out a Vitruvius. Insane. Yep. All because that Sansan unprotected is up there. Killing pop-up window. And I think at this point, Veen's playing for the... Hopefully
R&D
that's
lock.
all. Yeah, that's all that's in hand. We're going to lock down R&D, make him focus on that for a while. And looks like we saw a turret and a hedge fund. Now I'm going to be watching whether or not Katie gets used here. There she is.
That Sansan has to go.
Just playing with fire here, yeah?
And then no discard?
I have one more action.
No, you do not. That is 4. Professional contacts, parasite, run,
Oh, yeah.
danger.
No, it's all 4.
All right, going on back over to Jens. Install over R&D. Gain 2 credits.
HP.
And we're back. Sansan is live yet again.
So many agendas in hand.
I mean, now the Sansan has to go, right? Wouldn't we would agree on that, huh?
I would agree. Of all of the things I've ever learned through playing Netrunner throughout the year, is you trash the Sansan.
All right, first click R&D. No res. Nothing. Nothing. See a lot of biotics in there too, so I guess at a certain point you have to wonder if there's a bunch of biotics in hand. Is Sansan that critical on the board here?
It is. It's the real thing.
It's certainly a lot cheaper now that it's up. You take Katie and trash? Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. And last click here. We do know that R&D is fairly well locked down. I think we do also know that a biotic is in hand or on the way.
Yeah, and both players know that here.
Now, you know, Andrew could be clicking through that Eli. What do you think about that?
I think that I would have clicked the first time through at least. Because you're already there, you already spent the click. It's essentially like spending 2 credits to get through it. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, totally. It's a matter of how much do you think that there's an agenda still in there. We've seen a few cards coming through R&D. Know what's going on there. Now up to 9 credits all of the sudden, seems like, on Jens' end of the board.
Jens is playing this correctly. He's very calm and collected about it. It's like, oh, I have 8 agenda points in my hand. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I have an Eli in front of my hand that you can click through if you wanted to. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, funny to think that it'd be pretty easy to get in there. And again, we kind of splurge economy here to get a long-term benefit. There's a biotic. And
Biotic
what do you
labor,
know?
6
Vitruvius.
That's not what you want to see.
6 points. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult. So now, if he has one in hand, it's troubling.
Well, he can't score it next turn.
Can't score next turn, so he's got a
Small window.
And even then, this is a furiously quick game here. All right, so again, R&D is being cool. Has to basically believe that there's not an agenda in hand here.
I mean, he's
3
seen every card that he's drawn.
3 is scored out, and that's kind of the problem here.
He's literally seen every card that he's drawn.
Yeah, you would naturally think no, there's no.
If he has it, it was insane. Which we
I think
know
it's insane. Yeah,
it is insane.
I think it is insane. Yeah. So SMC and then Katie out.
He has 2 biotics and an efficiency committee.
Does he have that efficiency in there?
Yeah.
Ah.
So, in order to score that, he's gonna have to do both biotics. Score out of hand. At least.
So he makes money, and
So he needs to get to 11 money.
man,
And he wins this game.
Talk about a draw, by the way. Can we just talk about this? This is we've seen 2 hedge funds. It's kind of weird that we saw a ton of agendas, which is generally not a good thing. But then we kind of saw all the supporting structure needed to just get them out. We've been through 3 biotics now, 2 in hand, one's
Yeah.
been played.
And a Sansan
2 hedge
that
funds,
scored
a
2 agendas.
Sansan. I mean, every piece that you could want is there, but that leaves a little room for ice. Veen taking a look here.
Jens is so close to winning this game.
Oh,
here.
so close.
Just needs 2 more money and he's there.
I think at this point, as the runner, you get nervous. You got to ask yourself, is it in hand? First click R&D.
And Veen is thinking that. He's like, there's no way it's in hand. There's no way.
Yeah, you've got to think that.
It's impossible. But it's not.
It's not impossible. You're right.
It is not impossible.
It is not. And Jin's letting him come through there. You know, I think that may be a bit of a tell. Unless he thinks the SMC is keeping him from resin that. I don't know. You know, whenever your opponent's like, I don't want to spend the money right now to res this piece of ice, maybe that means, you know, they're planning a biotic score out. So I think you have to think about that, yeah?
Yeah, it's an interesting dilemma.
Fim and the Eli. He's going to check it. I think that's fair.
3 is going to be up top.
And so 3 is going in a hand there. So has a shot
If
here.
he pulls this efficiency committee,
I think it's looking really good.
he's going to maybe be able to pull out his nosedive.
Yes.
But if he doesn't, it's going to be interesting. Shuffling the deck.
And moment of truth here.
And this is why I roll the dice.
That's the one, is it? No, it's an Ichi. We're going to check again.
You have to, right?
Veen definitely is spinning through his head right now. Going on Katie, gonna assume that it's not there. Doesn't have a beta test or anything. 2 biotics.
You would have had to have a lot of agendas in hand.
Install.
And
he did.
I hear Veen's comments. Yeah, you would have had a lot of agendas in hand if you were to have one now. And the truth is that is the case. Yeah.
Jens is there. As long as Veen doesn't pull it, the game is his.
Man. What are we gonna do
Insane.
here?
Ah,
A lot of good choices and only one right choice, I feel like.
I feel like Veen's gonna check R&D here.
He will check R&D. I think you maybe take Katie first here. Going Proco. And now where?
He's gotta go R&D, according to his mind. Yep.
Yeah, I think he digs, yeah. R&D, no res? No res. I think
Oh.
that is a signal. That is absolutely
That
a
is
signal.
the signal, but he knows he can't get through now.
Yeah.
I mean, he can, but it's gonna be expensive, and it's a 1 out of 5 chance.
Does he take it, though? Let's see if he actually... No. Puts Katie on the line here.
Biotic labor. Biotic labor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Score.
There it is.
Wow. Held him at 2.
Unbelievable. Oh, man.
Ah.
That is just unfortunate.
8 agenda points in hand. Started the game.
Unfortunate for the runner. Thought it was unfortunate for Jins at first, but man, he played that handout exactly as it needed to be played.
All of them were met. I was just like
Crazy. So man, Veen essentially having to wager that the
Yeah.
chance of you having 4 agendas in hand at the start is
like
low.
he made the decisions that he had to make. I think it happens to be that they were not the optimal choices based on what was in the hand / on top of the deck, but you have to do what you have to do sometimes.
And this is the game we play. So join us for the second game. We're going to see if Veen can pull this around and actually score out a bunch of points before Jens can get on his feet. We'll see y'all at game 2.